Hey, what's up? It's Jake. Man, I woke up today and I don't feel good at all. Last night was game one of the playoff series between the Penguins and Flyers. It's funny, like the game didn't go the Flyers' way. The Penguins really put it to them 7-0. I believe that these Penguins, when they really put their mind to it, they're better than anybody. And they have all the experience in the world to know what it takes to win in the playoffs. To contrast that, I think the Flyers have probably the worst team of all the playoff teams in terms of being able to dominate a game, in terms of goaltending, in terms of, I don't know, they didn't look like they had the fire to play last night at all. And they were sloppy. It's funny though, I don't want to count them out completely, because there were games this season where the Penguins looked like the Flyers looked last night. There were games where the Penguins just couldn't do anything right. Every pass was missing its mark. People were, having pucks drift off their sticks, missing wide open nets, just having bad luck all around, bad penalties and stuff like that. There were definitely games where the Penguins looked like they were beating themselves. And, a 7-0 game doesn't happen just by beating yourself. Obviously, the Penguins were really on their game last night, and they made a lot of their own opportunities. But the Flyers definitely didn't play up to even their own potential. And I think we'll see a better effort from the Flyers the next game. I'm a Penguins fan, so I hope that we just shut them out for 4 games and go on to the next round. But, I know it's the playoffs. These guys on the Flyers team, they're going to have a lot of desire to go out and show the world that was a fluke. They're going to be embarrassed and sort of ashamed that happened to them. And they're going to come out swinging. And I hope the Penguins are ready for it. I don't think the Penguins will take it lightly. I don't think they'll assume they're going to just walk over them, because they've got enough experience not to think like that. And I don't think that Mike Sullivan would allow them to think like that. But it's definitely going to be interesting seeing how the Flyers bounce back. But if the Penguins can put together this kind of game, this kind of effort, making these kinds of plays, showing this kind of drive, there's not another team in the playoffs that can deal with the Penguins. There's just not. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the series. I watched a little bit of the games last night. Winnipeg and Minnesota looked pretty evenly matched. In my bracket, I actually picked Minnesota to beat Winnipeg, so we'll see how that one goes. They won 3-2 Winnipeg won 3-2 over Minnesota. And then I was watching some of the Vegas game. I think I actually went to bed before the Vegas game was over, so I'm not sure what the score was or whatever, but that looked like a pretty good game too. But Vegas is for real. They are really, really fast and skilled, and everybody's believing in the team, and everyone's just so excited in Vegas. Watching all the stuff that was going on leading up to the game out there, where they had all the the stuff in the concourse and everything, and it's just electric out there. And I wish that I was able to be out there for a game, just to feel that atmosphere, just to get a taste of what it's like to have somebody around you that's just rabidly excited about having a new thing in their life, like that, having a hockey team. It's awesome, because as a Pittsburgh sports kind of fan, our fan bases are sort of spoiled. You know, the Steelers have won numerous Super Bowls, and the Penguins have won numerous cups, and although the Pirates haven't been good, you know, for a long time, they do have a rich history of being good. And we have the luxury of having a few, like, superstar players that have played for the Pirates over the years, and each of the other teams, the Penguins and the Steelers. And so we've kind of gotten a little complacent, taking for granted that we're always going to have teams to root for, that we're always going to have, you know, winning is going to be a part of what our fandom expects. And that, you know, it's nice. I'm not knocking it at all that it's like that. I don't ever want it to not be like that. I mean, even with the Pirates, you know, there's always that glimmer of hope every year, and we've had some superstars like Kutch. But, you know, we take for granted that we even have teams. I mean, I remember when the Penguins were doing so bad and so financially strapped that there was a lot of talk of them being bought and moved to Kansas City. And, you know, to go from that to what we have now is amazing. And I think there's a lot of people that don't necessarily stop to appreciate just how fortunate we are that the Penguins even exist. Not counting the cups, not counting all the wins, not counting having Crosby and Malkin and all that stuff, just having a team, just still being able to say Pittsburgh Penguins. That's amazing. And we're lucky. We're fortunate that they didn't move. And, you know, there are people in places like Hartford or Quebec City, that that know that feeling of, like, having their team pulled out from under them. And that's got to be heartbreaking. And I can't imagine it, you know? So I'm trying to be thankful that we have the Penguins, and also very thankful that we've been successful. So I feel for, you know, Vegas. They're getting a taste of what it's like to get a new team. And not only are they getting a new team, which they're already appreciative of, but they're really good. They're successful. They're in the playoffs. They're, you know, they're definitely poised to do big things, and that's exciting. And I'm really excited for them. So it's a fun time to be a hockey fan, for sure. And we'll see what the games do tonight. The Blue Jackets play the Capitals. I'm probably going to watch most of that game. Really looking forward to that. Let's go Blue Jackets. Have fun. Enjoy the playoffs. Peace.